Hello everyone, my name is Marvi Fair. I'm a mathematics dual degree engineering major from Philadelphia, PA.
Your opinion on the men of Morehouse?
I feel like the men at Morehouse are weird. I generally don't try to associate myself with many of them. I've tried to with one, actually probably like a few, but it just didn't work out. And yeah, I just think that they're all selfish and stuck up because they go to Morehouse.
Hello, my name is Essence Ware, and I am a junior environmental science major from Atlanta, Georgia.
Hi, my name is Verlana Pulliam. I'm a junior economics major from Charlotte, North Carolina.
What is your opinion on the men of Morehouse?
They're corny. They are all just living in this prime of college where they feel like they have to dip and dab in any and every female in the AUC. They want to live in the highlight of their 20s, their teenage years, and it's just a waste of time and energy.
My name is Khalil Downey. I'm a senior kinesiology major from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hello there, my name is Spencer Tolliver. I'm an international business major from Dallas, Texas.
What is your opinion of the women of Spelman and why?
Our opinions?
Yes.
Well, okay, I can speak on a few Spelman women who attend Spelman that I've interacted with, and I guess generally they're cool, you know. Came across some people, you know, who are fake, but I wouldn't put that on because I go to Spelman. I've met some really genuine people, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a little different experience for everybody because it's a lot of people from different cultures, so it really does diversify your answers on those. So it's like they're really, I don't know, it's a unique group, it's a unique community. That's what I would go with.
What is the ideal Morehouse man?
I would just want a man from Morehouse to be like smart and cool and actually know what they want and not just sexist with things when it comes to females, so yeah.
My name is Ellis Walton. I'm a junior political science major from Atlanta, Georgia.
What is your opinion on the women of Spelman and why?
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't have a general opinion on all of them. I think, you know, y'all are a very, very diverse group of people. Like to stereotype us, but, you know, I won't talk about that right now.
Mm-hmm. And would you find yourself like approaching him versus
Probably
him approaching
not.
you? No?
Probably
Why
not.
not?
I never have seen it as, I never have, I don't think it's normal. I've never
Do you
had
think
to do
it's
that.
not normal for a girl to approach a guy because of how you were raised? Or
Yeah, of how I was raised in then like society. Like I've never had to approach a guy. Like nobody tells you, oh, it's like, oh, what happens when a guy approaches you? You never get the lesson of how to approach a guy.
Has being in the AUC affected the way you view people of the other sex?
Yes. I don't really like to date people in the AUC just for the simple fact that like the guys here are very immature. Any interaction you have with a guy, he'll more than likely, you know, tell it to his friends. I've had guys tell me that they've like put my picture in a group chat to see like who I've been talking to.
Has being in the AUC affected the way you view people of the other sex?
No, I've actually always thought this about men. So I just think that, well, this just opened my eyes more to how men can actually be since we're being older. And it shows me that still to this day in college that boys just don't mature. They don't mature until they're about 30. So
you graduate, and say if you graduate from Morehouse and she graduates from Spelman and she comes out of school making more money than you.
Oh, yeah.
Is that acceptable?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
like, I'm not with the whole like the man needs to be in charge or the woman needs to be in charge. I feel like in a relationship, everything just needs to be equal.
I mean, yes, he should. In my opinion, for me personally, he should take more of the masculine role. But as far as like paying for dates and things like that, that's kind of fluid. Like both can do that.
I feel like the guy should be the provider. I feel like he should be like the, you know, like the, I don't want to say the primary source, you know, to provide, but I feel like he should be that protector. He should nurture her, make her feel like she is his queen or a queen in general. I feel like the female should kind of be maybe his support system, but have, like a mind of her own so that she doesn't allow his happiness to override hers.
Who should be the breadwinner in the relationship?
What you mean by that?
Who should make more money in the relationship? Or should anybody make more money?
Whoever gets to it first. Whoever gets to it. Grabbing the bag, okay, in my bag. We straight. As long as we, go ahead.
If it works out, like my personal thought process is, if I'm working as hard as I can and I got hella bread on my side, and you got hella bread on your side, how I would treat it is whoever makes more, we hold that in the savings, and then whoever makes less, you live off of that.
I feel like as long as both people, myself included, because this is something I want to do. If I'm doing what I want to do, what makes me happy, and she doing the same thing, we good. You feel me? Like he said, if it's a mutual balance. Like I'm not mooching off of her, she not mooching off of me. Like shit, we eating, we good.
When did you first decide your sexual orientation?
I don't think I ever decided. I think it was like,
Was it just
I want
like
to say it was a part of
given?
my socialization.
Do you think a person can be born heterosexual, or is it a social construct?
I mean, I believe sexuality is fluid, I guess. Person is feeling guys, they're going to, choose to be with guys. Person's feeling girls, and that's what they're just going to choose to, have sex with, have fun with, yeah.
Did you first decide your sexual orientation? What caused this?
I always knew that I was a girl. I always knew that I had an attraction to guys. Growing up, like ever since I was maybe like 3 years old, like my mom used to paint my nails, so that was like the introduction to like my feminine side. I grew up with like a lot of uncles, and so I was treated like that princess, and my mom had me in high school, so I would see her like cheer, and I would go to like my dad's football games, and I'll have like my own little cheerleading outfit.
What are the best steps that should be taken to prevent rape?
I guess it can be like steps can be taken from both perspectives, like the person who's being raped and the person who's committing the crime.
What are the best steps that should be taken to prevent rape?
Okay. So the person who's being raped, I guess you shouldn't be so open, or if you know that person is very sexual or like they make you feel uncomfortable, then you should just avoid the situation. And the person who's committing the crime, I don't really know. I can't really speak on that. Okay. Because this is a very like controversial topic, so I don't want to like offend anybody. But for guys, I would just say, even if a girl is like dressed a certain way, she may show a little skin, that doesn't give you the okay to assume that she wants any type of like sexual encounters.
I think you can always tell guys and girls like that no means no, that you shouldn't be having sex with these women that are drunk or blackout drunk. But I think the only way to stop men from raping that person lies with that, with the person who's doing the raping.
If somebody's gonna rape you, they're gonna rape you regardless of what you have on, regardless of what you're doing. Like, I don't think there's anything you can do to like stop that. So,
Traditional standpoint, is there something Morehouse could be doing or Spelman could be doing?
Yeah, because Morehouse, they have classes with us. Like when we come in as freshmen, they make us go through these EverFi things, these modules about sexual assault, about alcohol. Education is very important. And I'm a junior. I'm not fully I'm not fully educated on sexually, so I know I could be more educated. But I think it just starts with education.
Do you think that Morehouse and Spelman are doing enough in terms of giving its students the proper education it needs on rape culture?
Hell no. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm finna leave, finna graduate, bro. Our schools are, I'm not gonna speak on y'all school because I don't attend, but from what I've seen and from what I've heard from like friends, Spelman sisters, whatever, like our schools are shitty when it comes to like rape cases and stuff. they're just, I don't know. I personally feel like we don't, I mean, just to be transparent, like, we be so worried about the name and how it's going to look, like, you feel me, on the news and Morehouse and Spelman, but, like, they don't be catering to the students when it comes to, you feel me, figuring out what actually happened. Because, I mean, if somebody says somebody raped them, it's going to shit off rips, whether it's true or not. But I know stuff that has actually happened, and like dudes got like community service and can't pull up to a couple Market Fridays. Like what? But the student couldn't come to Morehouse's campus. She crossed the road and she had classes over there, but she couldn't go to her class. Like it affected her way more than.
I think more men at Morehouse and other institutions should be taught, just don't rape women. Like, treat them as human beings. Like, let's be decent human beings. Like, I feel like it should be a 50-50 kind of thing. Like, we should both be taught the same thing. Do I feel as though that the institutions are doing as much as need be? No, I just feel like I said, it's such a taboo, subject. Spelman doesn't want that liability of, people are getting raped over here all the time, Like, it's like just for the numbers, or just for like people to come back to Spelman, or people that want to go to Spelman. They don't want that bad reputation, and either does Morehouse. So it's like, but you want to be truthful though. Like, it happens. So.
What is a feminist, and do you consider yourself one?
Honestly, I really do not know how to define a feminist and like a good, I don't know, I guess to me a feminist is someone who is an activist for females, I guess, who supports women and everything that women do. And me, honestly, I wouldn't consider myself a feminist. I mean, I support the movement, but it's not something that I really feel passionate about.
I think a feminist is someone who advocates for, I guess, equality. For equality with men. They fight for women to have the same wages, the same opportunities that men do. Well, I'm not a fan of abortion. Yeah, I'm not a fan of abortion. I don't know what other parts of feminism are, but I know that's just one that kind of sticks out to me.
What is a feminist, and do you consider yourself one?
Can we get a definition?
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
A feminist.
You can't do that.
Let me see that real quick. Feminist.
It's someone that speaks on women's rights and just really trying to ensure that equality is there. What we got?
That's me, right?
Okay.
I mean, I could consider myself a feminist because I just feel like a lot of times, you feel me, I can see women don't get treated right. I'm not gonna hold that. I mean, it's obvious in society just how things have always been for whatever reason, and it's still like that today. And I don't personally think that's right because I mean, women make the world go round, so I don't see why we would mistreat them.
Honestly, I don't even know what a feminist is because I'm not really into that stuff. So no, I don't consider myself one.
Okay.
Is a woman asking for a man to marry her the same as him proposing to her?
Just where they are in their relationship, I guess. I mean, I guess it's the same, but sometimes I feel like women when they ask guys to get married, they might want something that, they just might want more commitment or something that the guy might not be ready for.
Is a woman proposing to a man the same thing as a man proposing to a woman?
Oh, okay, rapid fire bet. Yes, you feel me? It's not really traditional, but yeah, if she feel like she at a point in their relationship where she can ask that question, if he cool with it.
Is a woman asking for a man to marry her the same as him proposing to her?
Would I ask a man to marry me? Probably not.
Why?
I guess the way I was raised, it just seemed as desperate.
Overall, what do you think could be done to improve the relationship between Spelman students and Morehouse students? From a brother-sister standpoint, from a relationship standpoint,
Just like interaction.
Just a
in general,
community.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have any tips at all. Yeah.